Welcome to our Ivy High School Band Department Christmas concert. We are really glad you're here. And I have to tell you, I think this is going to be the best year yet in terms of our Christmas program, and what you're going to hear from these kids is just great. So, the first ensemble that's going to be performing is our second band, the symphonic band, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. Here we go. Was kind of a combination of the Bell Carol, the Ukrainian Bell Carol that you're normally used to hearing, and America the Beautiful, which is a really cool combination of pieces. Now, one of the cool things that we get to do in Symphonic Band next semester is we get to go to the UIL Concert and Sight Reading Contest, which means these guys will be getting me, they actually already got music from me. We're going to start working on music in January. We're going to keep going all through April, where we get to go perform at a contest and we're given ratings. They also have the sight reading. One of the pieces I picked for UIL is a very meticulous tune that's going to take a lot of detailing and is really slow and uses some electronics and things like that. Very, as the kids would say, I think hyper-ish. It has a lot of electronics and things like that. So, the next piece I picked was in order to prepare us for that piece. So, the next piece you're going to hear is called A Childhood Hymn. It takes a lot of tuning from these kids, and I think you're going to hear a really mature sound. So I'm really excited to play this. aside from marching band, one of the cool things that these kids get to do this semester is participate in the region band process. Now this is something we encourage students to do who are usually in the top group, and we require them to learn some of the music and go to the contest, but our second group, we don't require it, but we encourage them to learn the music. And we had the most people ever this semester attend and compete at the region band contest. So if you competed at the region band contest, will you please stand up? Yeah, give her a One of the most competitive instruments in the region band process is the flute. I mean, we have, I think, there were 30, 40 something flutes in the room. And we were lucky enough that one of our members of the symphonic band placed in the top 10 in region and was fantastic. So she'll get to go play with the region band next semester. And I want to give her a round of applause with Adrian. So this last piece has kind of become a symphonic band tradition. I want to say that. We played it last year. Caitlin, you have something to say?
Symphonic band would like to thank you for all you've done for us this year and last year for how far you've worked.
Oh, thank you all. I really do teach the best kids in the world here. They're awesome. You should be so proud of them. This last piece, A Jubilant Christmas, A Jubilant Song of Christmas, is a symphonic band tradition. We did it last year. We're going to do it again this year. We'll probably do it every year. It's great. It's filled with all the Christmas stuff. Like I told you last year, you'll probably be making hot chocolate and hot cocoa by the end of it, and filled with the Christmas spirit. So here's our last piece, Jubilant Song of Christmas. Mark, if you want to turn on the light.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out to the Tybee High School Band Department Christmas concert. In front of you is our Tybee High School Wind Ensemble. We're going to play our program for you. First off, we're going to start with a melody of different Christmas classics. This is called Christmas Favorites. our next performance for Shenandoah, I wanted to recognize a few students that this past weekend and actually the past month have been going through the TMEA All-Region audition process. In this ensemble, we have a few students that advanced and made the region band. The first student I'd like to recognize is on bassoon, our first chair for 5A bassoon player, Tegan Erickson. This is a little bit different. I'm going to explain this a little bit. So she was our 5A first chair. Our next student auditioned for the 6A route for the 6A All-Region Band, or I should say, Tegan, the first chair, advanced to area audition, and she'll compete for the next level in January. Nicholas Fitch auditioned on bassoon. Nick. Nicholas is first chair bassoon for the 6A All-Region Band, and as well as made the All-Region Orchestra. He advanced to the area level as well. The next student plays 11th chair on clarinet and has Kathy Wong. Our next student, first chair trombone and advancing to the all-area audition in January is Palmer Fryer. Our next student is second chair bass trombone, advancing to the all area as well as David Lehman. And finally, Aiden Smith plays in sixth chair on percussion. So all the students in this class will be a part of the All-Region Band Clinic in January, on January 21st and 22nd, where they'll be rehearsing with the conductor and the ensemble of all the students that made it, and then performing a concert in Medina Valley High School on January 22nd. So all the students will be a part of that process. Moving on to our next piece, I always, every year since I've been here, one of the pieces we usually do at our Christmas concert is not really a Christmas song. In the past couple of years, we've done a variety of different pieces. We always try to include a piece that the students will see in their curriculum for the UIL process, which will start when we get back in January, where it could be something that we perform for UIL concert sight reading in April. So the next piece that we're playing is not very Christmassy, but it's a famous folk tune that most people recognize, and it's going to be Shenandoah. before we get to our last piece, I want to thank again everyone for coming out tonight. Before we go, kind of looking forward to the next semester. We hope everyone has a great Christmas break. It's a lot of rest for the kids. When we get back in January, it's full force ahead with our concert and siren contest, which will be in April. Winter Guard is going to be hitting the ground running with their contest. Solo and ensemble is going to be going on. So a lot of these students we have solos or ensembles will be doing. So we'll be kind of hitting the ground running when we get back. During the break, and I'll be sending an email out by the end of this week, we will have a couple concessions opportunities. There's one tomorrow night and Friday. I think we have pretty much covered from some students, but there's going to be 2 days during the Christmas break. If there's anyone in town that is available to work those days, please just send me an email, or when you get my email, just respond back, and I will gladly sign you up for that. But that's going to be a couple days coming forward, and then in January, February, towards the end of February, we start our baseball concessions. We'll be outside and going from there. So if you have not signed up, please let me know, and I'll gladly sign you up. Kind of a long-standing tradition at Tidy High School. In the 90s and early 2000s was consistently at a Christmas concert playing Sleigh Ride. That was something that was tradition that started, I think, with Mr. Telchik back in the 80s and kind of went away for a little bit, kind of came back with Mr. Adam, and that's kind of been my goal, is to kind of get Sleigh Ride back to tradition of being played to close our Christmas concert. So, without further ado, we're going to play Sleigh Ride. So thank you very much for coming.